Alright everybody, I'm back here again with another humidor, cabinet humidor, and gonna start off with creating the carcass. This will be part one of probably a two-part series. This humidor isn't quite as big as the last one I made, and so like I said, we cut down this mahogany plywood, putting a rabbet on the back of it so that the back piece will be able to fit inside that rabbet. And I needed that rabbet to be 3/4 of an inch deep, so I had to run it standing up like that. And as you can see there, I got it just right at 3/4, and using my chisel here to get a little bit of what was left over that the blade didn't get. And now I'm going to use the domino. Using the domino, put the mortises on both ends. On the short sides, then on the long side, I'll put the mortises right on the inside of the cabinet. And apologize for me being in the way there. It wasn't the best angle. And here I had to put a little piece down inside that rabbet right there because the domino wouldn't register off that end. So I had to make it a little thicker in that area temporarily. And I'm just dry fitting everything here, making sure everything's going to go together just right. So I'm just finessing it all in place. And everything fit just fine, so we're going to go ahead and start gluing it up. And going to use the clamps to make sure it's all secured together. And this one I'm going to be doing a little bit different. Normally at this point I would go ahead and glue in the back piece, which what I'm doing now is I'm cutting down that back piece right now. And I'm cutting it down, and but I'm just not going to glue it in place, because in the past when I go to put the cedar, Spanish cedar on the inside, it makes it hard to get clamping pressure all the way across. So what I'm going to be doing, and I will show you in just a second, because I believe I'm about to cut the, I'm going to cut the cedar strips here. So this is a 8/4 rough Spanish cedar. I'm jointing one of the faces, and then I'm going to joint one of the edges. And so I'm resawing it on the table saw here, and I'm creating these 3/16 of an inch strips of Spanish cedar. And I actually went a little overboard here on cutting all these strips down. I didn't need this many. I guess I was used to doing that bigger humidor from the time before. And I'm taping the edges together here. And reason for that is I can I'll be able to get glue down the seam, and the tape will hold them together while the glue dries. This makes applying the glue down the seam very easy. And just close it up, clean the excess glue off, and that is good to go. Here I'm just cutting down some, I think 1/4 inch strips, which is going to go on the front of the humidor to cover up the plies on the plywood. And this is SAPELLE. Cutting them down on the sliding miter saw to the correct length. And gonna glue them on. And pin nail them down. And even though I use the pin nailer here on them, I still come back and apply clamps just because I want to make sure I'm getting a very good tight fit. And compared to the huge humidor that I made this last time, my order of operations was much easier. I could go in the correct operations, correct order I was supposed to. Whereas with the big one, I was having to do whatever I could in the position that it was in and make sure before I moved it. So this was much easier. And so I'm applying the Spanish cedar liner here and applying the glue. And you're about to see what I was talking about earlier, where I'm going to remove the I'm actually going to use the backing in position right now. It's not glued in, so I can get it exactly where it needs to be at, and it's all lined up. And I'm gonna put these types of clamps on there so it doesn't move. And then you'll see in just 1 second, I'm gonna use some cawls to and take the backing back out, and then I can clamp all the way across, if that makes sense. You'll see in just a moment what I'm talking about. So I had the back clamped in place, like I said, and took those clamps off. And as you can see, I'm applying those cawls across and clamping those, and this will get even pressure all the way across. And now I'm doing the other side. And then once this dries, I'll put the back in again, and this way I can do the 2 long sides and doing the same thing. Only difference is on these I had to do one side at a time, let it dry, and then go back and do the other side. And as you see, I'm gonna take the back out, put the clamps on, and then I did the exact same thing to the other side. And at this point now I can come in and I can glue the back piece in. Clamp down the back. I'm gonna let that dry, and once that dries, then I can come back and flip it over and use my flush trim saw to get that excess Spanish cedar off. And I didn't have to get it exactly lined up. I did come back later and use the sander to get it all flushed up. And the customer who commissioned me to do this, he's gonna want some Queen Anne legs on this, and I've never done Queen Anne legs before. So in the next video, you're gonna be able to see me doing Queen Anne legs for the very first time. Right now, I'm putting the back piece of the veneered cedar, putting the glue down, and that piece just goes right in. That's a wonderful feeling. And there again, now that with the clamping issue, I'm having to put some weight down on that to hold it down. I haven't figured out a way yet to make that part easier. And here I'm there again using some SAPELLE, and I'm cutting it down, and this will go on the back of the humidor to cover up the plies on the back. And I'll tell you what, if y'all wouldn't mind letting me know in the comments, do y'all like it when I break these down into multiple parts, shorter videos and multiple parts, or would y'all rather me just do one long video? Just let me know in the comments what y'all like for me to do. And as always, I do appreciate y'all watching the video, sharing them, liking them, leave me a comment, and I appreciate it. And this video is about to come to the conclusion. And again, let me know in the comments what y'all like for me to do. Long video with one part or multiple shorter videos.